Hi, y'all. So we all handle this whole pre-apocalyptic life in different ways. Some of us are like this. No, there's nothing wrong. I don't see anything wrong in the world. Everything's just going to be fine. The government's going to take care of us. We're good. This is just a little gully. And some of us are like this. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Most of us fall somewhere in between. We all handle things differently. So today I want to do a little bit of a focus check and then also encourage you with some things that your fellow apocalypters have shared with me that I think will be kind of fun and then like maybe make you cry and, and encourage you to say the least. I think we can all agree that having a psychopathic elite that are trying to kill us off and collapse our global system kind of sucks. So we'll address that a little bit, but we want to make sure at this point in the war, and we are in a war, that strategically we're not losing our focus and that what we believe to be true is lining up with what we're actually doing in our life. So let's start there. So here's where I'm coming from. For the last year or so, I feel like I've been living in two different worlds. I have this world over here where I'm trying to hold on to all the normalcy I can. You know, I'm thinking about traveling, thinking about trips, going to see my family. I'm going into Marshall's and buying some blouse for some... I don't know why, because all I do all day is clean up chicken poop and sweat. But, you know, just doing normal daily things. And then I have this life over here, which is me, like, waiting for that EMP weapon bomb to drop, where it's going to take out half the United States electrical grid. And I'm going to find out whether or not my body armor chafes me in bad places, and whether or not I can eat my decorative cacti on my porch if needed. And yes, I know I should already know whether or not my body armor chafes me in bad places, because I should be training with it already. I am, okay? So please, no comments. So anyway, I'm finding myself, and I'm sure you're finding yourself in the same place as well, stuck between these two worlds, trying to hold on to kind of normal life and then preparing for a very abnormal life, to say the least. It's kind of a crazy place to be in, right? So the other day, I'm thinking to myself, Katie, if you truly believe that things are going to get bad, and I do truly believe that things are going to get bad, I think they're going to get very bad, and they're going to start, side note, what it's going to look like basically is the continents like Eastern Europe and Africa are going to physically get very bad. We're talking famine, things like that, and then we're going to feel it here first financially, and then eventually it will get really bad because they're trying to collapse the global system, and that's the way it's just going to work. I believe that to be true, and I'm hoping you do too, because the signs are all over the place. Okay, so that being true, I ask myself, why are you not taking more time and making it a priority in your life to get your household in order for what's coming? There are daily things that need to be done. I know you need to take your kids to school and pick them up and make food for your family and go to work. I'm not saying don't do those things. I'm saying like we are at the point where if you have vacation days, I want you to take vacation days and prep your household for what's coming. And for me, that looks like not worrying about like business strategy right now per se, but literally taking my days to get that chicken coop finished. I need to get more food in my pantry. I need to freeze dry more food. I need to go to the range more and train. I need to spend more time with my family and my friends and build those relationships. I want to spend more time with God and pray and ask and beg Him for wisdom and direction in these times. That's what I want to be doing. So what is it that you need to be doing right now to prepare your household? Here's why I'm saying this, is because I don't believe we have a lot of time left where we're going to have access to the tools that we need and the food that we need and the supplies that we need. Like right now, life is somewhat normal and pricing is somewhat normal. Now's the time to act and get stuff done. And then we can sit back, relax a little bit. But right now, guys, I think this fall is probably going to be when stuff really starts exponentially hitting the fan. And so I'm just urging, pleading with you to get your household in order. So take a minute or two to think about that, make your adjustments, and go to town. Lastly, we're going to do kind of this like apocalyptic emotional palate cleanser. This is going to be very encouraging, I hope. I'm going to read some responses I got to a few questions I put out there on social media about a month ago. And I want you to listen to what your fellow people, like-minded people, are going through, just give me the next 3 minutes of your time and I promise you won't regret it. And you may want to forward this to someone that may need this encouragement as well. So I first asked the question, what do you miss about normal life? So think all the way back till 2019. When I put out this question, my response was, I miss the mental freedom and enjoyment of having future plans, of having goals, of having dreams and working towards them. Because I just feel like everything is so up in the air right now that I can't really do that and enjoy it. So do you resonate with that? So how would you answer this question? What do you miss about normal life? So I'm going to share with you some responses from our people. I don't know why I'm already crying. I guess it's because I'm a girl and I'm tired. And that's what living in two different worlds does. It just drains you. So let's connect here. Okay, bear with me. All right, I miss blissful ignorance. I'm so glad to be awake now, but it was nice being unaware of the depth of evil. I miss friends that have faded away because they're so scared of the thing, the virus. I miss every last bit of it, just going about my business without thinking of all this crap all the time. I miss gas prices, sending my kid to school without worries about what they might teach him. I miss being optimistic about my teen kids' future. I raised them for a world that is gone. It's too late. I miss being able to buy things for the house without wondering if I should be buying food instead. Like curtains. I resonate with that. I miss being able to watch sports without thinking this is a distraction and they are woke. True. I miss faces and friendliness. I live in Washington and many people still wear masks. Here too in Texas. I miss knowing what I can say to who without offending them. I miss travel. I miss not getting lectured every time I visit my family because I refuse to get vaxxed. I miss not seeing pronouns in work emails. I wish that my husband wasn't so grouchy, which I think is normal. There's a lot of pressure on people and it gets us a little snappy sometimes. I miss not being armed literally everywhere I go. I miss having a life. I can't afford to do anything these days. I miss 2019 prices. I miss the confidence that nothing like that would ever happen in America. And lastly, I want to share something with you that I think sums it all up. I used to daydream about my future, and now I prep for a nightmare. I think that's a perfect quote to sum up kind of what we've been going through the last couple of years. And it's okay to cry because we need to mourn the loss of normal life. And that's part of the process. And the more we do that, the better we're going to be at moving forward and adapting to the new life that's coming. So even though maybe you're not crying and you're just sitting there eating chips, like, why is she crying? If you are, just remember it's okay. Sometimes I pray, I'm like, God, like, please, I don't want to cry in this video. Like, it just, there's no crying in the apocalypse. That's what I always say. But like, sometimes I feel like God's like, no, idiot. Cry and let them see it because they feel it too. And that connection and that vulnerability is necessary sometimes just to help people feel like they're part of a family. All right, and the second question I asked people that I'm going to share the responses to was, what is something you can do this week that would bring you peace and or joy? For me, right now this week, I would answer that question and say, I would like to finish my chicken coop because I have 10 tiny velociraptors living in my guest bedroom right now, and nobody warns you about the teenage years of chickens. And I swear they're trying to mutiny and come together and take me down. But so I want to get them out of my house, and that would bring me joy. So think about that question. I'm going to read you some answers. What is something you can do this week that would bring you peace and joy? Go to my cousin's Little League game tonight. It's the championship. Good American fun. I'd cold plunge, walk, sunbathe, nap, hike, get a good coffee, and read a book. I'm already doing it. Bought a horse ranch and planted a huge garden. I went to the gym this morning because I felt a mental breakdown coming. So much better now. I feel you. A long walk thanking God for life, worship music, prayer. Tending to my first garden is definitely bringing me joy daily. It's awesome. Help someone. Get your mind off yourself is a big one. Wear all my pretty clothes while I prep for the darkness to come. I like that. That's a good idea. Focusing on the people I love and my trust in God. Nap. I would love a nap. I obviously need a nap as well. Read my Bible. Amen. Hang out with my precious 2-year-old granddaughter. She reminds me of what we are all fighting. Hit the range. Serious on my knees praying, like sobbing, hear me Lord praying, and finish with chocolate. Double amen. Avoid social media. Be outside and get dirty. Working every day towards fortifying our home's independence. Turn off the TV and smile. So what is something you could do this week that would bring you peace and or joy? You know, right next to like do not murder and do not cheat on your spouse, God commanded a day of rest. And that was for a reason. We need rest along with our hard work. I know that I can be like hardcore and I'm always like encouraging guys to be persistent and, you know, stay on top of your prepping and do this and do that and stay the course. But rest and relaxation and fun has to be a part of that. You know, I want you guys to go out there and like play like your children. You know, like you watch kids play and they're not thinking about everything going on back here. They're just like in the moment having fun and laughing, and it's like that's the way we need to be. You know, even Jesus said like be like little children in our faith, and it's like be like children in your play. Just let go for a while, you know, and forget about the cares of the world, because we're not designed to go 24/7. We're only designed to go like 16/6. So live accordingly. Get out there and do something that brings you joy. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to answer those questions and share your thoughts about something that will bring you peace and joy, or what you miss most about your normal life, please just write them in the comments. And I think that people reading them would be really encouraged by what you have to say as well. Business side of things, please like and subscribe and forward this video on and all that good stuff. Helps me out a lot in the algorithm and all that good stuff. And then if you want to connect with me more, I really don't send out very many emails, but if you want to sign up for my email list, I would appreciate it. That way when things get crazy and eventually they shut me down on my channels, we can stay connected. That's all I got for today. I hope you enjoyed our time together. I am Good Patriot, and I will see you all again soon, and God bless.